We're told that with age, certain desires should fade quietly into the background, like distant music at the end of a long party. We're handed a narrative that suggests our passions and our physical urges should politely recede, making way for a more serene, less complicated existence. But what if one of the most private, most personal acts you know is not a fading echo of your youth, but actually a vibrant, resonant key to your present and future health, your vitality, and your daily experience of joy in your later years? What if the story you've been told about your body winding down, about its capacities diminishing, is not just a little bit wrong, but is in fact the complete opposite of the biological and emotional truth? What if the door you thought was closing is actually opening into a new room in the house of your life, one filled with self-knowledge, comfort, and profound well-being? What if this is not an end, but a powerful and deeply personal new beginning for how you inhabit your own skin? Stay with me, because over the course of our conversation today, we are going to do more than just dismantle a lifelong, deeply ingrained taboo. We are going to explore and uncover a profound, science-backed truth about your body's incredible resilience, its innate wisdom, and its enduring, lifelong capacity for pleasure. This is a truth that could genuinely and beautifully change the texture of how you experience every single day of your life from this moment forward. This is a quiet revolution, a personal reclamation, and it starts right now in this shared space. Zaitin, permission granted. Let's begin our conversation in a place of quiet honesty, you and I. There is a script that many of us have been handed from a very young age, a silent, pervasive narrative that gets written into our bones as we navigate the decades. It's a story that suggests our bodies, after a certain point, are primarily vessels for memory, for wisdom, and perhaps for the accumulated aches and pains of a life well lived. But it so often leaves out a critical, life-affirming chapter, the one on pleasure, on intimacy, on the beautiful and necessary continuation of our sensual selves. When it comes to the most private form of pleasure, the intimate and personal act of self-pleasuring, the cultural script often goes completely silent. Or worse, it whispers of shame, of inappropriateness, of something that simply isn't done at a certain age. It subtly suggests that this fundamental human capacity is something for the young, something to be left behind, like outgrown clothes, a firmly closed and locked door in the house of your life. It's a story that can leave us feeling isolated and confused about our own enduring desires. I want to stand here with you today and gently but very firmly tear up that script. The feeling of guilt or awkwardness or even deep-seated shame that might surround this topic for you is not a personal failing. It is not your fault. It is the sticky residue of decades, even centuries, of cultural conditioning, of societal messages that have, for far too long, desexualized the process of aging. It's a story we were told, but it is not the truth of our biology, our psychology, or our fundamental humanity. The permission you may feel you need is not something that I or anyone else can grant you. It is something you can now, with profound dignity and a deep sense of self-respect, grant yourself. It is the simple, powerful recognition that your body is still your own, that its capacity for pleasure is a natural, healthy, and absolutely vital part of your existence, regardless of your age, your relationship status, your physical condition, or any other external metric. It's an internal validation that matters more than any external judgment. This conversation is not about shock value or breaking taboos for the sake of rebellion. It is about health. It is about wholeness. It is about gently and lovingly reclaiming a part of yourself that may have been pushed into the shadows, a part you were told to forget. The idea that self-pleasure is somehow undignified in later life is a profound misunderstanding of what dignity actually is. Dignity is not about appearing prim or proper to an outside world. True dignity is honoring your own authentic needs. It is staying connected to the wisdom of your own body. It is refusing to let an external ageist narrative dictate the landscape of your internal reality. Reconnecting with your own pleasure is an act of profound self-care, a way of communicating directly with your own nervous system, your own flesh and blood, and saying, with quiet conviction, I am still here. I am still alive. and I am worthy of feeling good. So let's take a collective breath and consciously release that old, tired story. Let's step into a new understanding, one grounded in compassion, respect, and science. The pervasive silence around this topic has created a deep and painful sense of isolation for so many. You may have felt for years that you were the only one still feeling these urges, or the only one curious about reconnecting with this fundamental part of yourself. Let me assure you, you are not alone. This is a universal and enduring aspect of human embodiment. The desire for touch, for release, for the simple, profound comfort of somatic pleasure does not have an expiration date. It evolves, it changes its shape and texture, but it does not disappear. To deny its existence is to deny a fundamental part of our own life force, to turn our back on a core aspect of our aliveness. So, consider this space right now a sanctuary, a place where there is no judgment, only gentle curiosity and a deep, abiding respect for the incredible journey your body has been on and the journey it is still undertaking. The permission is granted, not by me, but by the very fact of your own aliveness. It's time to listen to your body's innate wisdom, not to society's outdated noise. This act of reclaiming is also a quiet, personal rebellion against the insidious notion of invisibility. As we age, society can sometimes begin to look past us, or worse, right through us. Our roles may shift from parent to grandparent, from active worker to retiree, and in that complex process, our core identity as a sensual, living, feeling being can feel as if it's being quietly erased. To consciously and privately reconnect with your own pleasure is to make a powerful statement to yourself and to the world. I am not invisible. My needs matter. My pleasure is valid. It's a form of profound self-attunement, a dedicated practice of checking in with yourself on the most intimate and honest level. It's a conversation without words, a way of tending to your own inner garden, of nurturing your own life force, especially when the world might be looking the other way. It is a deeply personal and powerful affirmation of your own enduring presence and worth. You are not a historical artifact to be revered from a distance. You are a living, breathing, feeling human being, vibrant and present in the here and now. Let's reframe this entire concept. For your entire life, you have likely focused your energy outwards. You have cared for others. You have nurtured careers, raised families, tended to friendships. You have given your energy, your time, and your love in countless ways. Now, in this chapter of your life, self-intimacy offers a beautiful, reciprocal opportunity to turn that same deep, compassionate attention inward. It is not a selfish act. It is a sustainable one. It is a way of refilling your own well, so you can continue to engage with the world from a place of fullness, not depletion. The idea that pleasure should be reserved only for those in active partnerships is another pervasive myth we must dismantle. Self-pleasure is not a substitute for partnered intimacy. It is its own unique, complete, and valid form of connection. It is the primary, foundational relationship you have with your own body. For those who are widowed, divorced, single, or have a partner with differing health needs or libido, it is a vital way to maintain a healthy and joyful connection to one's own sensuality, to fight back the creeping tendrils of loneliness, and to remember the simple joy that can be found in your own skin. This is not a consolation prize. It is a birthright. My vital health. Now that we have opened the door to this conversation with permission, kindness, and respect, let's walk confidently through it and into the world of science. Because the profound truth is, the benefits of self-pleasure in the later stages of life are not just emotional or psychological. They are deeply and verifiably physiological. This is not a frivolous indulgence. It is a critical component of your holistic health strategy, as fundamentally important as good nutrition, gentle exercise, or deep, restful sleep. When you engage in this act, you are not just seeking a fleeting moment of pleasure. You are consciously activating a powerful, all-natural pharmacy that exists within your own body. This internal pharmacy is capable of producing a cocktail of chemicals that can have far-reaching and lasting benefits for your total well-being. It is, quite simply, one of the most effective, most accessible, and most private wellness tools you have at your disposal, available to you at any time, free of charge. Let's talk about the remarkable neurochemical cascade that occurs within your brain during arousal and particularly during orgasm. At that peak moment, your brain is flooded with a truly remarkable cocktail of hormones and neurotransmitters. First, you have the release of endorphins, which are the body's own natural opiates. They are powerful, effective pain relievers. For anyone living with the chronic aches and pains that can so often accompany aging, arthritis, persistent back pain, fibromyalgia, neuropathic pain, this is not a trivial matter. The potent analgesic effect of an orgasm can provide real, tangible relief, often for several hours. It is a gentle, internal wave of comfort that soothes the entire nervous system and can demonstrably reduce your reliance on other forms of pain management. This is your body's innate wisdom at work, providing a mechanism for self-soothing that is both incredibly potent and entirely natural, with no negative side effects. It's your body's gift to itself. Then there is the significant release of dopamine, the neurotransmitter often called the pleasure and reward chemical. This isn't just about feeling good in the moment. Dopamine plays an absolutely crucial role in our systems of motivation, focus, and mood regulation. A healthy and responsive dopamine system contributes to a feeling of engagement with life, a sense of vitality, and a feeling of purpose. It's what helps you get out of bed and look forward to the day. As we age, maintaining these dopaminergic pathways is critical for cognitive health and for staving off feelings of apathy, listlessness, or even clinical depression. The gentle, reliable mood boost that comes from the dopamine release during self-pleasure can be a wonderfully effective and natural way to support your brain's long-term health and keep your spirits lifted, reinforcing a positive feedback loop of well-being. It's a spark that helps to keep the engine of your life running with vigor and joy. And we cannot forget oxytocin, often nicknamed the cuddle hormone or the bonding hormone. While it's famously associated with social connection like hugging a loved one or nursing a child, it is also released in significant amounts during self-pleasure. Oxytocin is a powerful and direct antidote to stress. It works by actively lowering levels of cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. When cortisol is chronically elevated, it can contribute to a whole host of health problems, from high blood pressure and weight gain to weakened immune function and memory issues. The release of oxytocin promotes a profound sense of calm, safety, and deep relaxation. This is precisely why it can be an incredibly effective tool for managing anxiety and, most notably, for improving the quality of your sleep. For the millions of older adults who struggle with insomnia or disrupted sleep patterns, incorporating this gentle practice into your evening routine can be a genuine game changer. It can help you to fall asleep more easily, stay asleep longer, and achieve deeper, more restorative rest, which is the foundation of all health. These various neurochemicals don't just act in isolation, they work together in a beautiful symphony of wellness. The endorphins soothe your physical pain, the dopamine lifts your mood and motivation, and the oxytocin calms your stress and anxiety. It's a holistic, full-system reset. It's a powerful reminder that pleasure and health are not separate domains. They are deeply and inextricably intertwined. Your body is designed to feel good, and that feeling is a core component of its maintenance and repair system. Beyond the brain, the direct physiological benefits extend throughout the entire body. The act of arousal and orgasm is fundamentally a cardiovascular event. It safely increases your heart rate, your respiration, and most importantly, it significantly boosts blood flow and circulation to every corner of your system. This process, known as vasodilation, brings a fresh supply of oxygen and vital nutrients to tissues all over your body, but particularly in the pelvic region. For women, this enhanced blood flow is absolutely crucial for maintaining the health, elasticity, and sensitivity of vaginal and vulvar tissues. This can help to counteract some of the atrophic changes, dryness, and thinning that can occur with menopause. It is a natural internal way to keep this delicate system nourished, healthy, and responsive, which can also make any future partnered intimacy more comfortable and pleasurable. It is preventative care in its most pleasant form. For men, this circulatory benefit is equally vital. Regular erections and ejaculations are a form of gentle exercise for the penis and the internal structures that support its function. This regular activity helps to keep the tissues healthy and the complex mechanisms of arousal responsive and in good working order. Furthermore, there is a growing and compelling body of research suggesting a strong correlation between the frequency of ejaculation and a reduced long-term risk of developing prostate cancer. While the exact mechanisms are still being studied, the leading hypothesis is that regular ejaculation helps to clear out seminal fluid and any potential carcinogens or inflammation-causing substances from the prostate gland. To think of self-pleasure as a proactive measure for long-term prostate health is a powerful and important reframing. It moves the act from the realm of the frivolous or shameful to the realm of the essential and preventative. Finally, let's consider the pelvic floor. This complex network of muscles is like a supportive sling or hammock at the base of your pelvis, and its tone is crucial for bladder control, bowel function, and sexual sensation for every single person. The involuntary rhythmic contractions that happen during orgasm are an excellent and, frankly, quite pleasant way to exercise and tone these vital muscles. This is far more engaging than simply remembering to do your Kegels. Maintaining a healthy, strong pelvic floor can help to prevent or mitigate very common and distressing issues like urinary incontinence or urgency, a widespread concern in later life. So, when you engage in this practice, you are simultaneously experiencing pleasure, reducing stress, relieving pain, boosting your mood, and contributing to the long-term health and integrity of your core physical structures. This is a wellness practice with an astonishingly positive return on investment. It's your body working for you in the most brilliant and beautiful way. Now let's approach a very practical and important part of this conversation, because it's one thing to understand the profound benefits and to grant ourselves permission, but it's another to navigate the physical reality of a body that has changed over time. The body you have today is not the same one you had at 20 or 40 or even 60. It holds the detailed map of your life's journey. It carries the stories of your joys, your sorrows, your efforts, and your triumphs. With that incredible journey come inevitable physical changes. Joints may be stiffer, skin may be thinner, your energy levels might fluctuate, and physical sensations themselves may have shifted. To ignore these changes would be to deny your reality. But to see them only as insurmountable barriers to pleasure is a profound mistake. Instead, we can choose to see them as gentle invitations to adapt, to get creative, and to approach our bodies with a new and deeper level of curiosity and compassion. One of the most common changes people face is decreased mobility or chronic pain, stemming from conditions like arthritis, sciatica, or persistent back issues. The positions that once felt natural and effortless might now be uncomfortable, strained, or even impossible. This is where the spirit of gentle, patient experimentation comes in. It's about letting go of old expectations and instead asking your body with genuine curiosity, what feels good for you today? The answer is not to give up, but to get creative with support. Think of pillows as your best friends in this exploration. Use them strategically to support your hips, your knees, your neck, your back. Experiment with different positions that reduce strain. Lying on your side with a firm pillow between your knees can take a great deal of pressure off your hips and lower back. Propping yourself up with a wedge or a stack of pillows against a headboard can create a comfortable, supported, and accessible seated position. The goal is not to force your body into a preconceived shape, but to find the shape that honors your body as it is now. Another significant change, particularly for postmenopausal women, is a shift in the hormonal landscape. This very commonly leads to vaginal dryness, reduced elasticity, and thinning of the tissues, a condition known as genitourinary syndrome of menopause. This can make any kind of stimulation, including self-pleasure, feel uncomfortable, abrasive, or even painful. Please hear this. This is not a sign that your body is broken or failing you. It is a predictable and manageable physiological change. And there is a simple, elegant, and non-negotiable solution: lubricant. I want to be very clear and emphatic about this. Lubricant is not a shameful admission of inadequacy. It is an essential wellness product. It is a tool of profound empowerment. It is no different than using moisturizer on your dry skin or conditioner on your hair. It is about providing your body with exactly what it needs to feel good. Using a high-quality, body-safe lubricant can instantly transform an experience from one of friction and discomfort to one of smooth, gliding, enhanced pleasure. It is a simple act of kindness to yourself. There are different types of lubricants, and it's worth knowing the basics to find your preference. Water-based lubricants are the most common, are safe to use with any toys, and clean up easily, but they can sometimes dry out and need reapplication. Silicone-based lubricants are incredibly long-lasting and have a silky, smooth feel that many people love, but they shouldn't be used with silicone toys as they can degrade the material over time. Oil-based lubricants can also be an option, but be aware they are not compatible with latex and can be a bit messier. The key is to find what feels best for you. This exploration is, in itself, an act of self-care. Now let's talk about another tool that is often shrouded in even more secrecy and misunderstanding: sex toys. For many older adults, the idea of using a vibrator or another pleasure device can feel alien, intimidating, or even morally questionable, thanks to lingering cultural baggage. But I want to invite you to reframe this completely. Think of these tools not as something scandalous, but as assistive devices for pleasure. They are functionally no different from using reading glasses to see a book more clearly or a cane to walk more steadily. As we age, sensation in our nerve endings can sometimes decrease. Nerves may not be as exquisitely sensitive as they once were. A good vibrator can provide a level of stimulation that is more focused, consistent, and intense than a hand or fingers can achieve alone. It can help to awaken dormant nerve endings and bring pleasure back within easy reach. It is all about accessibility. It's a way to bridge the gap between your desire and your body's current sensory threshold, ensuring pleasure remains a part of your life. Furthermore, these tools can be incredibly helpful for those with limited reach or hand strength due to arthritis, carpal tunnel, or other conditions. Ergonomically designed wands and vibrators can allow you to deliver pleasure to yourself without straining your hands, wrists, or shoulders. They are simply well-designed tools created to solve a practical physical problem. Approaching them with this practical, health-oriented mindset can strip away the layers of stigma and reveal them for what they truly are: helpful, effective aids for well-being. It is about working smarter, not harder, to achieve the pleasure and release that is so profoundly beneficial for your health. The key to navigating all of these changes is a mindset of radical self-compassion. Your body has carried you through an entire lifetime of experiences. It absolutely deserves your patience, your gratitude, and your gentle, focused attention. There will be days when it feels more cooperative than others. There will be times when you need to adjust your approach or take a break. That is all part of the process. The journey is not about achieving some perfect Hollywood-style outcome. It is about the process of connection itself. It is about listening to the subtle whispers and loud protests of your body, honoring its limits, and celebrating its unique capacities. Every time you adapt, every time you use a pillow or a lubricant or a tool to make yourself more comfortable, you are engaging in a profound act of self-love. You are telling your body, in a language it understands, "I am here with you, we are a team, and we will find a way to experience joy together." Solo intimacy. We have talked about permission, and we have explored the science of health. We have addressed the practicalities of a changing body. Now, let's go to the very heart of the matter. Let's elevate this conversation beyond the physical act and into the realm of the soul, into the rich and meaningful concept of solo intimacy, because that is what this truly is at its core. It is not just about a mechanical release or scratching an itch. It is about fostering a deep and abiding connection with the self. In a world that can sometimes feel isolating, especially as we get older, the ability to generate a sense of connection, warmth, and loving presence within our own skin is not just a comfort, it is a superpower. It is the ultimate act of self-reliance and radical self-love. It's a resource you can draw upon anytime, anywhere, to feel more whole and grounded in yourself. For many, later life can bring with it a new or more profound sense of solitude. You may be widowed after a long and loving partnership, and the absence of your person is a constant presence. You may be happily single, but still miss physical touch. You may have a beloved partner whose health or libido has changed, creating a loving but non-sexual dynamic. In these moments, the silence of a house can feel very loud. The absence of touch can feel like a genuine physical ache. Solo intimacy is a way to directly answer that ache. It is a way to remind your nervous system what loving, intentional touch feels like. The skin is the body's largest organ, and it craves stimulation to feel safe and regulated. When you touch yourself with intention, with kindness, with curiosity, you are not just seeking an orgasm, you are providing your body with a tangible sense of safety, of comfort, of presence. You are powerfully reminding yourself that you are not truly alone because you always have yourself. Think of it as a form of somatic mindfulness. In a traditional meditation practice, you might focus on your breath to anchor yourself in the present moment. In the practice of solo intimacy, you can focus on the physical sensations in your body to achieve that same state of grounded, embodied presence. It is a practice of tuning out the ceaseless noise of the world, the worries about the future, the regrets about the past, and tuning deeply into the direct, immediate, sensory experience of being in your body right now. Where does the touch feel good? What kind of pressure is most pleasing today? What rhythm feels most natural and soothing? This process of deep, non-judgmental listening is incredibly grounding. It pulls you out of the frantic spinning of your head and into the sensory reality of the now. It is a potent antidote to the free-floating anxiety and sense of disconnection that can so easily take hold in our busy minds. It is a moving meditation, practiced in the sacred sanctuary of your own body. This practice is also an act of profound and ongoing self-knowledge. Our bodies are constantly changing, and so are our desires, our sensitivities, and our sources of pleasure. What felt good a decade ago or even last year might not be what feels best today. Solo intimacy is your own private research and development lab. It is a space with zero pressure, no performance anxiety, and absolutely no need to please or perform for a partner. It is a precious chance to rediscover your own erotic map. It is an opportunity to find new areas of sensitivity, to explore new types of touch, to learn what truly brings you joy in this specific chapter of your life. This knowledge is an invaluable gift you give to yourself. It empowers you. It enhances your own pleasure. And should you choose to be intimate with a partner, it allows you to guide them with confidence and clarity about your own needs. It is about becoming the world's foremost expert on you. Let's also speak directly to the narrative of wholeness. There is a pervasive and damaging myth in our culture that we are somehow incomplete without a partner, that our sexuality only has meaning or validity when it is shared. The practice of solo intimacy powerfully and beautifully refutes this. It affirms that you are a whole, complete, and sexually valid being all on your own. Your pleasure is not dependent on anyone else's desire, mood, or availability. It is your own innate, sovereign capacity. To truly embrace this is to stand in a place of incredible personal power and freedom. It's a quiet declaration that your well-being is in your own hands. It's a way of taking full responsibility for your own joy, of actively cultivating it from within rather than passively waiting for it to arrive from an external source. This is the bedrock of true, unshakable self-esteem and emotional independence. This deep, internal connection can be a powerful buffer against the loneliness that can be so corrosive to our health. We know from countless scientific studies that chronic loneliness can be as damaging to our physical health as smoking a pack of cigarettes a day or being obese. It's a serious public health issue. While solo intimacy is not a replacement for social connection with friends and family, it works on a different but equally important axis. It directly addresses the ache of physical loneliness, the skin hunger that we all have as mammals. It provides comfort, release, and that neurochemical cocktail of feel-good hormones that actively combat the stress and sadness of isolation. It is a way to be a compassionate friend to yourself, to offer yourself the very comfort you might be craving from the outside world. Ultimately, solo intimacy is about honoring your life force. It is a vibrant celebration of the fact that you are still here, still capable of feeling, of experiencing joy, of connecting with the deepest parts of yourself. It is a practice that beautifully weaves together the physical, the emotional, and even the spiritual. It is a golden thread of pleasure that you can follow through any circumstance, through grief, through change, through solitude, through joy. It is a constant, tangible reminder that within you resides an endless and renewable wellspring of life. It's not about looking backward to who you were. It's about being fully and radiantly present with who you are right now and honoring the beautiful, resilient, and ever-evolving truth of your own body. Your body's story isn't over. It's just entering a new, rich, and fascinating chapter. Pleasure is not a privilege of the young. It is a fundamental, non-negotiable part of your health and your humanity for your entire life. This is not about chasing youth, but about embracing the profound wisdom of a body that knows how to heal, soothe, and comfort itself. This is an act of self-knowledge, of dignity, and of profound self-care. It is a quiet, powerful way to honor your own life and your own well-being. You have lived, you have loved, you have endured, you have more than earned this joy.